Okay, now I'm back again today with another video about VSDC. In the previous video we talked about the edit toolbar over here on the left. This time we're going to talk about the layout toolbar, which is right next to it. And it runs across from here where it says alignment mode all the way over to this drop down arrow where it says toolbar options here. Now let me go back over here and show you. This button says alignment mode, and that's what it does basically. They call it, in the manual they call it the layout toolbar, but it's primarily the alignment mode. But you know, of course, you can call it whatever you want to call it. First things first though, before I get into that, you see I have 3 videos down here. I'm going to turn 2 of those off for now, which I can do by clicking on the eyeball. I didn't take them out of the project or anything. I just turned them off so you can't see them. You can see them in the timeline, but you can't see them up there. Okay. Now, let's move on back up here. This button here that says alignment mode, just so you know, if I come up here and click the edit toolbar on the ribbon command bar there, if I click the edit tools rather, you notice that I have the same button up there and almost all of the other buttons up there too. But getting back to this alignment mode button, this button doesn't do anything. It's just an identifier. So you can click it, and the only thing it'll do is highlight the other button up there. Okay, so let's move on to the next button. So this is left align. What this button will do is line my left border up with my left border of my object with the left border of my canvas. So no matter where my left border is, it could be over here, it could be over here. When I click that left align, it's going to take that border and move it over there. Now mind you, it's not going to move it up to align it. It's not going to move it down to align it. It's just going to move it straight over. So watch what happens. And it moved it straight over there. So that means if I had it over here and I did it all the way down here and did it, what's going to happen? It's not going to do anything like move it up or anything like that. It's just going to move it straight over there. Okay? And so you see the same thing is going to happen when I do it with right align. It's going to align the right border with the right border. If it's over here, let me put it up here like that, and I do it, align the right border with the right border. Okay, this one here, horizontal align center. Okay, these ones here, the ones that, with the up and down, it aligns it on the axis. So you see where your center of this is, up and down, and let me do that like that so you can see the other one, up and down right there. Okay, if I move this over here, you don't see those same things on there, but the middle of the picture right there. So what it's going to do when I click that, it's going to line this up with the middle of the canvas. So, and it's not going to move it up or down to do it anything. It's just going to move it straight over there. Okay, so you get the picture with that. I move it over here and do it so you can see. Very simple. We did that one already. Top align, well obviously now I think you're getting the picture. If I click the top align button, it's going to move it there. So let me click the top align button. If my video was up here, when I click the top align button, and to move it down so that so the top border is aligned. Okay, that was top align. Vertical align center. So this is talking about if I have it up here or wherever I have it, it's going to line it around that axis right there. So, you know, see where the line goes across. So it's going to take the middle part right here, going across the video. Let me move it down so you can see, and over so you can see. Right there, it's going to take that, and it's going to line it up with the center of the canvas. It's not going to move it over here or anything. It's just going to move it straight down till it lines up. So, let's see it. There it is. Again, if it was over here and I did it, same deal. This bottom line, well, that's, like I said with the other ones, rather obvious. It just lines it up with the bottom, lines the bottom up. And if it's down here, it does it too. Very simple indeed. Alright, now same width. Now these are actually kind of tricky, to be honest with you. But I mean, it's not tricky in the sense that it gets confusing. If you play with them a little bit, you'll see what I'm saying though. Alright, firstly, let me tell you something. If you have an object selected, if you don't, let me say it like that. If you don't have an object selected, you notice all of these buttons are grayed out. You can't do anything with them. But when you select a object, everything that you can use will highlight. Okay? These two are a little bit different, and I'll get to those. But they all highlight once you select the object. Now, this button right here, same width. Say that I stretch my video out. I'm going to stretch it out like that. Well, this isn't going to be a clear example of it, but you see the hash marks and the handles are like that. Now if I take it and move it, it's actually wider than that. If I click, make it the same, where is it right there, same width, it actually shrinks it back down to the width of the video. So you see, what I did is I stretched the container that my video was in. Now if I, and then I resized it by using it, make it the same width. If I shrink it down, for instance, now see how this is, and I take it and I move it over. It doesn't matter where it is, but and I click that, it's going to make it the same width, but it makes the container the same width. The video itself may resize just a little bit depending on what I've done with these here, you know, depending on what I've done with it. But it doesn't really, the point behind this is not to actually resize the video, but it resizes the container, and it's going to make it the same width as the canvas. And you see what I'm saying? How it stretched the container of the video. And if I move it over and compare it, you'll see that it's actually the same width. And when you're fooling with those, you're going to be working with them, and you see at different times the video or the object, whatever you want to call it, may stretch a little bit, and then again it may not stretch a little bit. I mean, when I say stretch, it may get a little bigger or something like that, or a little smaller, depending on if you got it bigger than the thing. But it actually, the main thing it does is it stretches the container, which you will see as you work with it. This one here, let me put that back over there. This one here, same height. It does the same thing this one does, except in the opposite. So if I make this like that, and it's shorter than it, and I'll do it over here first. I made it shorter. When I click same height, it'll make it the same height as the video. Well, it doesn't look the same height right now, but if I drag it up, you'll see it is. It's actually the same height. If I do it from somewhere else, I'll do it over here. And she'll get down like that. Now, when I click the same height, you'll be able to see it. It might drop off the screen down here. I don't know. Let me see. Same height. Yeah, it dropped off the screen, but still, you see it's the same height. It's the same height as the thing. Same height as the canvas. Now, again, like I said, if you was to do something like this here and it's like that, and then when you do it, it may resize this a little bit, but the main thing is it's going to do is make it the same height that the container is going to be, like so. See what I'm saying? Same height. So, like I said, they're a little bit tricky, so you can just play with it and see, exactly what happens, and that way you get the hang of it. Okay, these two buttons over here, and you see I keep going back to this one because it moves my video back over there for me. This one here will make your video the same size of the canvas. So if I have it over here, well, I'm going to move it over here this time. If I move my video over there, let me put it where you can see it. That'd be a better idea. If I, move my video and I make it like that. But I want it, and I do whatever I got to do. I add something to it or whatever. And I want to come back to it because I need it to be the same size of my canvas. I might have stretched it out really big, but I want it to be the same size of my canvas. So I can come back over here and click same size, and it's the same size of my canvas. And if I move it over here so you can see, you'll see the exact same size. I can put it on top of it, and you'll see it's the same size. It's really the same size. I move it over here and do something other. And matter of fact, well, no, I can't really. I put it over here and I do it. Do something like this. Why not? Put it right there and do it like that, and then I come back over here and I click this one. You notice when let me go back here. I click this. You notice that it didn't move my video anywhere. Basically, it only just resized it and made it the same size. So let me do it. You see, it just made it the same size. But when I use the other button here, this button right here, let me click it. When I use that button right there, the one that says same size and position, what it's going to do is it's going to actually take this video and it's going to make it the same size of my canvas, and it's going to take it and put it back over there where it's at, because see, it says same size and position. So when I click that, it goes back over there. Now these buttons here, up and down, top and to bottom, what these do, they don't really work with the window here. They do in a way. They actually do, but basically you're gonna see it down here depending on what you're doing. So let's go down here and look at it. You see my timeline area down here, in that timeline area, or you can call it the layout area, however you want to call it. I have 3 videos, layer 1, or I should say 3 layers, layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3. What those arrows will do are move the layers to different positions. So, you see layer 3 is at the top, layer 2 is in the middle, layer 1 is at the bottom. So I can take, if I decide that I want layer 2 on the top, I can select layer 2 like I did, and come up here to the up arrow and click it, and it'll move that layer up. You see it moved up to layer 2, layer 3 went down. Just swap places with it. If I want to move layer 3 down, well, first let me say, you notice you saw the difference there. That's just because of the way the program works, and we'll explain that again later. If I want to move layer 1 where layer 3 is, I can click on layer 1 and come up here and click the up arrow, and it'll move that up 1 layer. So you get the idea. And if I want to move, say for instance, I want to take 3 and I want to move it all the way up, I can just click layer 3 and I can click the up arrow 2 times and it'll go all the way up to the top. And the down arrow works in the same way. Like I have layer 3 selected and I click the down arrow, it moves it down. If I want to move it all the way to the bottom, just click it again. Now, when you want to move an object more than one space, say like for instance, you might have 10 videos down there, and you want to move whatever's at the bottom all the way to the top. So, I don't have 10 layers down here, but I do have 3. And so, I want to take layer 3 and I want to put it at the top because I want it to be layer 3, 2, 1, for instance. So, I come up here, since I have layer 3 selected, I can come up here and I can hit to top, and it'll go to the top. Now, say that I want it to be 1, 2, 3. I can come up here and I can send layer 3 to the bottom. So layer 3 is selected. Send layer 3 to the bottom. And then I can come down here and select layer 1 and move it to the top. So you get the point of what I'm saying. They rearrange the things. They rearrange your layers down here. I was going to say your objects, but I should say they actually are rearranging your layers. So that's all of this here, right here. Like I said, these are a little bit tricky, but the other ones are kind of basically self-explanatory. And these are pretty obvious too. These right here are, now they can be tricky, but they're really not hard once you understand them. And let me show you. Once again, like I said, when you have nothing selected, all of them are grayed out. You can't do anything with them. You click them all day and you can't do nothing with them. So let's see how to, but you notice if you select the object first, let me say that. You select an object and everything highlights except those. Why is that? Well, the reason being is because you have to have 2 objects highlighted. At least 2 objects highlighted for these to become active. So right now we have, I'm going to go back, I highlighted layer 1, I'm going to highlight layer 2. Alright, when I do that, you notice that they highlighted up there. I'm not going to click either one of those yet, but I'm going to show you what, well first let me do this. Let me move these first. I'm going to move one, and well, let me turn them on. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to move them like that. Yes. Okay. Now, when I click layer 1, it didn't highlight. Hold down Shift or Control. Hold it down, click on the next one, or whichever one you want to, and notice that both of these have the borders around them. It's showing that they're selected. Now, if you click on them, either one of them, you can drag both of them around and move them. Alright? That's the way you can move something. The thing about doing it like that, though, is when you go and do something else, they won't be selected anymore, and they won't be together. They'll be separate. So let me show you what I'm saying. Say that I come over, I'm just going to click on the canvas. No, I move this video around. Now when I come back over here to this, I can't move these as a group anymore. They'll move individually. So you see what I'm saying? Well, that's the advantage of using the group tool. And I'm going to show you how to use it right now. Okay, that video right there is layer number 2, and this video right here is layer number 3. So I select both of those. Okay, now since I haven't selected, come over here to the group tool and just click it. Click it one time, Left click it, by the way. Um, and when I grab them, I can move them around the screen like I did before. The difference, however, is the fact that now when I come over here and I click on this one and do whatever I'm going to do to it, I could be doing anything to it. I don't know. I could be doing anything. But when I come back over here now and grab either one of these two videos, I'm going to grab this one. You see both of them are still highlighted. They're still locked together. They're highlighted. So I can still move them around. So, I can go play with the canvas. I don't want to undo anything. don't want to undo. But you can do whatever else you're doing. You can fool with the blend down here or something or whatever. But when you come back over here to this, they're still highlighted and you can still move them around. So it keeps them locked together temporarily. Until you come back over here to the ungroup objects. Now this is interesting. You need to make sure you understand this. When you click your ungroup button, I'm going to click it right now. Click. You may think that your objects are ungrouped, but they're not. When you click them again, you can still drag them around. And you say, well, why is that? The reason why is because even though you click the button, you haven't unselected them. And the way you unselect them is by doing something else. You can click on that, you can click on the canvas, you can go do whatever. But you have to do something else after you click that ungroup button. You have to do something else. Otherwise, they'll stay selected. So, like I said, click the ungroup button and do whatever you got to do. Then come back over here and you see that you can move them individually again. Now I'm going to show that to you one more time because I did some talking in the middle of it and I do want it to be clear. So let me select two objects and group them together again. Matter of fact, I'll select all three of them and group them together. And all three of them is grouped together now. So now when I go to move, I move all three of my videos. But now for me to ungroup them, I come up here and click ungroup, select anything else except what's grouped. So I'm just going to click on the scene area, and now I can move each one of them individually again. Very simple that is. I mean, it gave me a problem at first because I couldn't understand what the need for it was, but now after fooling with it, I understand pretty good what it does. So that's basically it for the layout toolbar or the alignment mode, whichever you want to choose to call it. Toolbar options right here, which I showed you before, but I'm going to give you a quick demonstration of it again, and they're again on each one of the toolbars. Say for instance, if I don't use my scissors, well, since we're working, let me go back. Since we're working in the layout toolbar right now, let's look at that. Say that for instance, I don't use my alignment mode button right there, so I don't need it. So I just uncheck it, and it's gone. But I'd like to have it there. But I kind of, for the time being, I do. But either one of these buttons, say that I don't use the group and ungroup buttons, or I use them rarely and I don't want them up there. Just click them and uncheck them, and they're gone. They're not there anymore. So, and then if I want them back sometime later or something other, just add them again. Very simple. Very simple. And that's it for the layout toolbar or the alignment mode. The next video we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the zoom tools. I may actually put both of these together, but I'm more than likely I'll keep them separate because this here one is it's got some good stuff in there, and I don't want to make the video go on forever. So we'll probably just talk about the zoom tools in the next video. So until then, y'all have a great day and take care. Keep on playing with VSDC. Learn how to use the program, like I said before. Uh, the better you know your program, the easier it's going to be for you to work. You know, the more efficiently you can get your work done. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye bye.